Hey everyone, welcome to Anti-Ruggers United. Today we have a special event with the developer and the owner of Revhub, which is a token and a bot that he will discuss and tell us what it is, who he is, what he's working on, and then we'll get into more of an informational and learning type of discussion. Would focus on algo trading, just day trading in general, risk management, things like that. If anyone has questions, it's going to be more of like a user type of experience, like whatever you guys want to ask, whatever questions you have about trading or anything like that, you can. So let's get started by Ponzita. Introduce yourself. Tell us about yourself. What you do, what your background is in the real world and in crypto.
Okay.
What you've been working on, what your project's all about, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. Well, I'm Ponzita, as you said. I used to trade the market for a long time, but after some time trading, I realized, I was kind of good at it, and I started helping some of my friends doing that. I started doing it for free, for my friends, till one day I got some bad experience with one of my friends. He was ungrateful. It was a funny history, by the way, but and from that moment onwards, I just did it, but not for free. I started helping people that just receiving a part of the profits they made. It was that way during a lot of time. For more than a year doing that. But after some time and having more and more friends or people around me doing trading, I realized I wanted to create something like an investment fund in real life. Here in Spain, I don't know if any of you is from Spain here, but it's complicated. You can have the money and you can have the people around you, but if you don't have someone near you that has power, you are not going to get approved by the commission, like the SEC on the States, but here it has a different name. So yeah, my dream got a bit fucked that way. And I started, I kept on doing what I knew and kept on trading, kept on doing all the day, every fucking day, doing the same. Till one day, after using my algorithm for a while, one friend told me about the possibility of creating a token, Revhub, related to the investment fund function. And we started thinking about how can we make tokenomics, how can we create the project itself. And here we are. We have the algorithm working. It's been working for a lot of time already. So I just needed to, to put funds aside for the bot, and we decided to put taxes funds, in order to create a wallet for the bot and let the bot run. Now the bot has a balance of $35,000, and the net profit already. Let me check it out. The net profit at this moment, it's around $10,636. But the bot has been growing in balance, so it started with 10,000, and then I started to put more money in. And the other day we compound some of the profits in order to make a bigger bag, so bigger profits, because that's the key. We aim to have a trading bot balance of around $100,000 in order to start giving the rev share between holders. And from that, we believe we can create other streams of income for the people. Because, as I said, we aim to be a decentralized investment fund, giving the people the ability to decide what to do with a certain part of the profits. where to invest those profits and what to do with it in general. And again, it's a good portion. Well, 60% of the profits from the bot are going back to holders, and 40% is for the ecosystem in general. But that ecosystem includes investing in new projects or buying Bitcoin, for instance, if we feel like it as a community, or buying ETH or whatever coin we decide. So that's the main goal for us right now. Grow the trading bot balance and then start to spread ourselves. Basically that.
By the way, quick comment.
Yeah.
Are you indoors?
I'm endorsed. Yeah. Why?
Because can you guys hear him okay? Because I'm hearing almost like some sound like every time you're talking, like almost like a muffled, or like the microphone's like getting touched, kind of maybe something like that. Do you guys hearing that too, or is it clear for you?
I think his microphone is too close to his
Oh.
mouth.
Oh,
Say
maybe the
something.
microphone's too close.
Oh, it could be. Let me now better.
Oh yeah. I think it's
Okay.
definitely
Yeah.
better.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. My bad.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
All
So
right.
that's
So
the main idea.
so can you tell us a little bit more about like your I guess your road or your progress with the bot? How long have you been developing for? What's the history of it? What the performance is? How long the testing has been? Because I know you told me something like you've been working on it for about 2 years, and you've been also running it on your own accounts for a while. Can you give us maybe some numbers, kind of like what the previous performance is, of testing, all that stuff?
Okay. I'm gonna talk about the last 2 years. Is the best situation. I mean, the best in terms of market behavior, because it's been through every trend the last 2 years, right? And during the last 2 years, on average, I'm gonna talk about the 15-minute time frame in terms of candles, because using 1 minute time frame, the trading bot gets to thousands of trades. Okay, and at the end, it's not that good because you pay a lot of fees. Yeah, it gives you profit, but at the end, it's a lot of fees as well. So with the 15-minute time frame, a year ends up with around 680, 800 trades. The performance over a year, well, I'm gonna tell monthly. The performance monthly on average is around 106, 107%. I'm not talking about leverage here. I'm talking about the bot itself trading, just 1x and letting it go. What happens with this? I had certain problems at the beginning because it opened the trade and closed it on the same candle for, I don't know, I was having those problems for weeks till I fixed them. And from then on, I just let it run. When I fixed that situation, that behavior, I tweak a bit about the stop loss and take profit situation. And yeah, it ended up with, I'm talking about the last 2 years. So yeah, around, let's say on average, 750 trades, 50-minute time frame. The profit factor is 1.98, and the win rate of all those trades is at 61.8%. This means that the bot gives you profits. Yeah, it gives you profits.
Can you repeat that again? The win rate is 61%, and what was the other part?
The profit factor. Do you remember we talked, you and I?
Oh yeah, the profit factor.
The risk reward, because you use the risk reward, and I used, because I've been working with the bot and an algorithm related for a while, and I prefer to use the profit factor. And the profit factor, when it's above 1, it gives you profits no matter what. But if it's close to 2, well, it gives you more.
Isn't the profit factor basically like the average profit divided by the average loss, something like that.
It's the ratio between the gross profits and the gross losses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a question.
So yeah.
So you're saying basically you have Fibonacci profit, 61.8.
What?
Because it's Fibonacci, you know, like 1.1618.
Yeah, 0.618 is actually the
0.6.
Fibonacci level.
Well, yeah.
Ratio of Fibonacci, you know.
It is 0.6. That's the square root. Then okay, yeah, that's fine.
So you have a 61%, and what was the profit factor again?
1.98. I'm gonna say
1.98, so
everything is
2x
on average. Yeah.
Okay, so just for everyone to kind of understand this, speaking in terms of profit factor or risk reward ratio, it's similar, just calculate slightly different. And this is how good that is. If that is long term, and this is how you could easily view this, how powerful or how profitable this is, right?
Yeah.
For example, casinos, right? Casinos, everyone knows casinos make a ton of money. And their profit factor is only 1.02 or so, about 2%, which means roughly their win rate is around 51, 52%. So they win slightly more than they lose, assuming like a 1-to-1 ratio, $1 loss, $1 won. They roughly make about 2% on every gambler per hand, per slot pool, per whatever card game they're playing, right? And then yet they make billions of dollars. How? Because if you think every gambler, every time they spin the slot machine, every time they play a hand, that's one trade. So over millions of trades, that 2% adds up a lot. So when you have a win rate of 61%, like he said, and you win basically double your money, profit factor of about 2. So the wins are actually higher than the losses by double. You only need to break even, right? If your wins are equal to your losses, here's what I'm trying to say. If your wins are equal to your losses, if you win $1, lose $1, you break even at 50%, right? So if you win 60% of the time, that's great. But he not only is he winning 60% of the time, but the wins are actually twice as high as the losses. So the break even on that is around 33-ish%. So you only need to win 33% of the trades just to break even, but he's winning double that. So that is actually huge. If that could be maintained, those types of numbers, those are like really amazing numbers for a bot. That's what I'm trying to say here.
Oh, yeah. Well, they are, but I have to say something about this. There is a point when it gets to, I'm going to say the budget, the trading bot balance. When it gets to $500,000, it's not like it has a problem. It's a certain behavior with the price impact. So instead of just trading I'm going to say it's trading Bitcoin mainly, Bitcoin USDT pair. Instead of letting the bot go beyond $500,000, what I do, it's a split. Well, it's not a split. It's let the bot trade only with 500,000 at maximum, and I give funds to another. Well, it's the same, but it's not the same, And it trades the same pair, but instead of trading the standard futures, it trades perpetual. And then instead of trading Bitcoin in the you like Bybit, right? Okay, in Bybit, it trades in Bybit and let's say Mix. Okay, because above $500,000, the fees you pay when you make the trade and the price impact you can create, it makes, I don't know if that makes you a target, that amount of money, but the numbers start to decrease. It's still profitable, but I don't like that the numbers decrease. So
well, it only decreases if you consider per account percentage,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, per account. So what I do is, what I did and what I have to do here with Revhub, it's there will be a moment in months from now. Well, it all depends, but there will be a moment that I will have to set another one, but it's the same. So it's not a big deal, let's say.
Yeah, but I feel actually, does your algo, does it really only work on Bitcoin, or would it work on other alts or
Can I
other
share my screen here?
yeah.
Okay, give me a second.
And also my question is, does it work on other types of, like does it work in Forex? Have you ever tried Forex? Look into that.
Oh yeah, I tried a few times. Yeah. let me share my screen.
Because that issue could definitely be alleviated if you go to a different market like Forex. Because you could trade billions of dollars in Forex and not really get,
and nothing happens. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's
this
like no
is the
liquidity
Bitcoin
issues at all.
15-second chart for you all. I'm gonna tell you the below pen first. Okay, this below pen, this oscillator, it's trying to tell you the trend of the current situation. I'm saying this is 15-second time frame. Above this yellow band, it's uptrend, and below is downtrend. Okay, based on certain time frames. That's always the case. This yellow line tries to match with this band, so it can tell you there's a divergence on the situation of the price, but moreover, it tells you where the next step of the market is going to happen. Okay, it tries to tell you that. And if you see, this is 15-second time frame, this is nothing. But if you check a bit more and a bit more, oh, sorry, I have something here because earlier I had to, well, I tweeted something. It tries to match and it tries to tell you those steps on the market. Sometimes it embraces the price, trying to tell you something, and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, I'm not going to explain everything it does because I don't feel it like useful here, but it does a few things pretty well, and it looks pretty cool. This Bitcoin, do you want to see something else, right? Mainly what I do when trading this manually, I'm gonna say manually, what I do is I wait for my line to get touched again. It's what I'm telling a lot of people is when you have a system that works, one of the worst things or more complicated things you need to know in order to make it work, it's to know when not to use it. And that's so tricky, actually, because when you see something working, you feel like it's working every time and you can use it every time, right? Well, that's how you get wrecked on the market. If you don't manage properly your risk, you get wrecked doing that. So in order to avoid that and not needing to think too much, I try to do that. That's not anima, by the way. It's something else. I try to let a line tell me when should I trade or when I shouldn't. And this is the line that helps me decide that. You know, both things in combination tells me what should I do or not. Okay, this is a speed.
So you would say so basically your bot, to me, just by looking at it, it seems that it's looking for trends or a high chance of a trend, and that's generally when it wants to trade. And during like a sideways market, that's when it wants to stay out. Is that correct?
Yeah, it happens something really funny with the people on Revhub community because sometimes they are taken, like every time we have a comment slash stats, and you can see if the trade, if it made a new trade, the amount of profit it has and all that. It's funny because from time to time you see the people doing that, and sometimes it's telling you, imagine five trades all the time. And after some time, you put the comment again, and it made 2 trades, right? Why 2 trades? Because I realized that there are situations that are binary, and in those certain scenarios, when you play the binary card, yeah, it's a yes or no. So for me, or for the bot, let's say, it's okay, yes, this is a long, right? So it enters in a long, but that behavior changed so fast that it tells the bot that what triggered it to trade, it's no longer available. That situation is no longer there. So the bot just flips the trade, cutting losses below 1%, and it just opened the other way, and it gets a good win after that every time. I realized if I gave the bot that behavior, it worked better. That's one of the things I developed, or I'm proud of, because that scenario is so stupid sometimes that many people just open the trade, and when they see something going on, they close, and that's all. But using what I have here, you can do the other way right away. Like, okay, yeah, I entered the long situation. Oh, this is not going for a long situation, and I know it. So I flipped. That's what I've been doing for a long time, and that's what I make the bot do.
Okay, so so the way your bot's been behaving, it does only a couple trades, right? It does maybe 5, 10 trades a week, maybe even
It
less
depends. It depends.
on average.
Yeah, well, it depends, because if the market behaves, okay, I'm going to Bitcoin again. If the market behaves like this, maybe it does maybe 1 trade or 2. But when this happens, it makes 1, it makes 2, it closes, it makes 3, and it makes 4.
Okay.
It
So,
depends.
but my question is like, it's not you're doing like you said you're doing a 15-minute time frames or higher. So you're taking a couple trades maybe a day at max. So are you actually letting the bot do this automatically, or are you just using the algorithm but putting in, because you could also do this manually, right? You could also use the algorithm and just put the orders in manually. You don't have to run the
Yeah, I
risk
could
of
do
an
that.
AI or just
Indeed,
a script
I could do
screwing
that.
up,
But
right?
the funny thing about this is creating something that it's been in real life for a long time. Those investment funds with trading algorithms and doing whatever they want. So I wanted to create something like that and nothing else. I mean, why should I keep my mind busy trying to trade money that it's from a project instead of letting the bot trade? The bot already made me money, so why should I do it myself? I know how to trade already. I don't need to. I mean, so yeah.
Okay, so can't you let's say to scale this? I know you're risking around what you said. I think 1% right now per trade
Yeah,
of the
it's
trading balance.
the risk. It's at 1% max. It has 2 triggers. One of the triggers it's made on the exchange side, and the other is on the bot side, just in case something weird happens. It has two triggers for cat the loss. One of them is when previous conditions are not met anymore, or when 1% loss. The take profit situation is above 1%, and it has a trailing take profit. So when it gets above 1.25% of win, and it retraces a certain amount of number, it's when it closes too. Trying to keep the winning trade always above 1%, and avoid them to the closing below that 1%. The only way it closes a win trade below 1%, it's when previous conditions are not met anymore.
Okay. But you could definitely, right? You could definitely trade this, especially if you do like a longer time frames. You could do this on stocks, like even like on daily charts. If you want to, like, can you use this as an investment type of bot to where it'll tell you when to buy for the long term?
Yeah,
like
I did this, and I'm doing this actually with let's say a circle of friends, but it's not doing what the bot does. It's some people come at me and tells me, yo, what do you think about this chart, right? And yeah, I use the algorithm, but I also do this, and I just look at the chart and I tell them, yo, well, this thing is going to, whatever I think about it.
Okay,
Actually,
so since we're on this chart, what do you think about this situation right now?
The situation right now, okay, this looks like shit, actually. I mean, okay, this is
like
so
a
hard.
double top.
The war, that's not because the double top, because it could do something like trying to do this, going here and then cross, But the situation overall on the wall right now is like, everything looks really bad. So, today it could look or feel like it's coming up again. And tomorrow we can get a new about whatever going on in Israel. And this goes this. So, well, you saw the tweets I put on Bitcoin, right? You saw I put some tweets here. What I did, actually.
I think you deleted them.
Yeah, I deleted them. One of the tweets here is here, and the other one is here. Like talking about fleeting illusions. I started to talk more on Twitter because I always been in a saddle, let's say, lurking, But now I really want to say and to share with whoever reads my thoughts about the market. I just started pretty well, it seems, because what happened? What happened? It's that here I talk about fleeting illusions, and I talk about this here because people have been thinking, and they are like trying to think or to believe or to have faith that the whole economy situation in the world right now, it's okay, it's cool, and we are near the halving, and wow, we are bullish. Well, yeah, we are bullish, but we're not. So when you see a movement driven by only futures, perpetuals, the open interest grows a lot, and the price moves here. The only thing the market is doing is grabbing liquidity from the liquidity spot. And what's that liquidity spot? Well, you check the previous spot, and yes, above it. That's what the market did the other day. And now what's going on? Well, no volume here, no volume at all. So we go down again. Till where? That's a good question, because if I'm the owner of BlackRock or JP Morgan and I want to buy a ton of Bitcoin because the ETF and all that, I won't like to buy it at 26 or 27 or 28, not even at 25. I will try to make them move a bit lower, like here. Sorry for the vertical line. So this is a good spot. I don't know if we will get there. I don't know it. I could check a bit about this volume thing. I don't know if you guys know what are those red lines. That these red lines is where the biggest amount of volume happened during a certain session, and by session we are talking about days. So you can check all those red lines like pit stops for the price, and it will tell you like when the price is going to bounce a bit if there is volume there. Because many people put the order right on previous POC, point of control, the red line. So whenever it's a naked POC, it usually gets touched again. If you take a bit and we zoom in here a bit, only a bit here, so you see the naked POC a bit. This candle destroyed a naked POC that we had at 28,540. It got rejected. Okay, yeah, it goes down, does whatever, but it has to go up again. It always does. So it goes and almost touches this one. But from here, it keeps on going down. It tries to bounce on one previous naked POC, but it destroys it. So where are we going? Well, the scenarios or possibilities are endless. But let's say something like this. If volume here, it goes to this place again. If no volume, it keeps going down again. If volume, it goes up. It usually moves this way because there are a lot of liquidity and there's no much money available in the market. The Federal Reserve are not injecting liquidity, so there's no new money coming. And when there is no new money coming, the market always behaves hunting liquidity. That's a fact that if you check any scenario where you see a bottom and it keeps on hovering that bottom before going up, it goes right below that bottom before going up. It does the same when going down. Many people just trade that and they call it a swing failure pattern, SFP. That's one good thing. But I prefer not to wait for this stuff to happen. So I made my thing. That's what I think right now. Okay, let's say this thing too. Well, you see the point of control. It tries to bounce on those point of controls, and it keeps bouncing here, and then we go a bit up. It happens on every chart. If we check all the charts around, as long as we are able to read the volume on every session, we can see this as well. This is a good. This tool is a good one to check everything.
Is this like the VP tool? Because I have the VP, but mine looks slightly different.
Okay, yeah.
It's the SVP. Okay.
Session volume. This is the session volume profile, high definition. This is a premium indicator, but you see that I have here this. Okay, what I have here is the same, but I draw it. Right? It's the same.
Tool, is that tool?
It's this tool, but
I never played with that one.
Oh, the fix. Okay, if you see this,
Yeah, the fixed range volume profile. Yeah.
Yeah, this is so funny.
I never actually used that one.
I could show you something if you want. I could show you something very quick right now about volume. Bitcoin, because it's the motherfucker. Okay, we got a pump, right? Let's say we got a pump here, and we want to know where to sort it after it retraced. Remember, like 95%, 98% of the time you're trading, you have to be waiting, actually. So based on that, okay, you see this one, and then you say, okay, from the beginning of the pump, let's say the beginning is here. I don't really care at all, but and the end is here or here. Okay. We can tell the tool to extend some of the balance. Okay, value area high above this blue line, value area low below this. Both things mean something. I'm gonna stand about this. Wait a second. Wait. Okay, this tool tells you where 70% of the volume in this range was made. It's below these blue lines. I mean, between these blue lines. Below and above, it's the 30%. The rest, 70% inside and 30 outside. It means that when you want to trade somewhere or something, you better do it waiting for the price to be above or below, because if you do it inside, you're gonna get trapped. If you use this tool, you can be trading anything, just being patient enough. It's not that hard. You can just do something like this. Set a few lines so you know that from this range, the pump range, you know what happened. And when you check this, you see that one of the rejections happened on the value area low, and the other one happened near, let's say near the POC. And it acts as resistance there, and it goes down. This is a good tool. You can do it from the app, up moves and down moves. You can do it anywhere. You can do it on the bottoms. You can do it on a range. You can do it wherever you want, just to know where the price will go in order to get liquidity to keep going where it's going. I recommend you all to use this tool. I mean, this one, it's really good. I'm telling you.
So that one, the fixed range, right? Let's see. Yeah, fixed range volume profile.
Yeah, you can set it the way you want. I mean, you want to check. I'm gonna do something like so. You see it. Let's go for a crazy thing, right? This is crazy. 15-second chart. This is stupid, but okay. I know you like it, but this is something I found. Okay, the up move started, let's say, down move. Okay, the down move stopped here. This is the final candle on this little range. Okay. It's you put it. There are different ways to use it. You can use it on a top range. When you see a top on the market, you can use it just on that top to know where to short. When you see a bottom, you can do the same on the bottom, like a little range to know where to long. And when you see a range like this one, you can use it just to trade the range without thinking too much. The point of control means there are a lot of trades happening here, a lot of volume, as you can see. This bar is the volume on this price. So every time the price gets to that price, there's two scenarios. It gets rejected hard, or it just keeps on hovering the price, like it doesn't know where to go. I don't like to trade this, not like the session profile, I don't like to open a trade based on the red line. I would like to wait for it to go above or below this. I'm talking about manually. I'm gonna put this there, right?
So you could also use this as a breakout indicator, right?
Oh, you can use it as everything indicator, yeah. And if you combine this fixed thing, the fixed range profile with this, okay, the bottom is here. Okay, so you know where to long and where to short as well.
Which one did you add again? What was that Bollinger Band looking thing? Oh, Anchor View app. Okay.
Yeah. Those two tools combined are pretty good, actually. I like them both, but I like my algorithm more. So, but I like to teach. So whenever I'm talking, if I'm talking to someone that wants to know how to trade or how to start trading properly, what I do is I show them those two things, or well, what I show them is the fixed range volume profile, and I don't mess them with this one because this one could be tricky to place. Because you can also do this instead of the way it's happening. Instead of the source being the high, you can have the close or the low, and use the bands moving. So it's a bit different. Whenever you are trying to long it, you usually use the high like this, the spot that it's like a little long, 15-second candles. So take this with a grain of salt. Okay. But if you want to do the same the other way around, there you go, the different situation and how actually the price is trying to follow this line. It's
So
like a resistance line.
so how would you like you said, if you're teaching someone or like some quick setups or some tips, so how would you actually use these two combined? So you have the oops, I think I deleted my by accident. So you have the FRVP, and right, you put the VAH, the VAL, all that to get those two other lines, right, on that
This.
indicator, yeah, to get those. And then you also have that what do you call it? The volume.
This.
Yeah, the anchored
The
VWAP.
anchor
Yeah, anchored VWAP. Yeah. So how would you use those, like you were saying, let's say to judge when to enter or when to short or when to long? Like let's say just in this example, like how would you do it? Like would it be when the lines intersect, like the top line of the VWAP, and then the price is going to bounce off of that? Like something, maybe like what I'm trying to say is maybe give like some kind of examples of like potential trades that people could take based on using these indicators
anymore. I mean, I don't. I could tell you. Okay, 15 seconds. Okay, let's go for something bigger. Oh, this is so weird. Okay, so based on that, let me check a bit of the range before. Okay, cool. And bottom is here, right? Okay. In this situation, being honest with you, I want personally using only this. I won't open a trade here. That a good way to open a trade is the second time the POC gets rejected here. Not even the green line. This spot is the good spot to open a trade. But as I said before, I don't like to open a trade on the red line on little range. But this range is big enough. It has a lot of time. So yeah, every time it gets like rejected from that spot or you see some volume coming in, you know the price is going to find more volume. Usually when you check this tool, these bars, what happens, it's pretty funny because the price tries to find somehow, it tries to find the spot with less volume inside the range. Because the price, well, not the price, the algorithm that moves the market, the market maker algorithm, it moves the market based on the balance it has. And they don't want the price to go down or to go up. They want the price to go sideways, actually. That's how they earn, and that's how they don't lose. They don't have the impermanent lose you have when you have a liquidity pool and the price goes down. You have that impermanent lose. And also they don't get out of Bitcoin in this case if the price keeps on going up. Okay, because when you set the pair, you set both things, and you can end up with nothing. I mean, you can get up with nothing Bitcoin related and a lot of money, but you don't have the Bitcoin anymore. It happens the other way. You can have the Bitcoin going down, so the amount of money you have, the pair you have, the dollars you put in are the same, but the Bitcoin decreases in price a lot, and then you end up losing. As a market maker, you don't want any of those things. You want the price to keep doing this, actually. So when it's doing this, the liquidity pools of the market, because there is not only one, they are set on different levels. It's not like a big liquidity pool with a lot of numbers. No. It's like boxes from one liquidity pool to another. That's how crypto works. It's not the same on the stock market. So you need to be aware that, well, if they want you to go sideways, the scenario, the highest probability scenario is that the price will go sideways, because that's what they want, till it ends up balanced, and it needs to find another spot for the risk reward of the market maker becomes 1 again. Okay, this is a tricky thing, but you're gonna see it here. Wait a second. Wait. 8 hours. Okay. Fixed range, all this. From this spot till this spot. If you see this these bars and what the price did, you can check one step by step. We can go back a bit till this spot. You see the volume here is too low compared to the volume on the other spots. The price tried to get there, it didn't. Now check here. The price went to a low volume spot. Yeah, because even here. Okay, it gets to a low volume spot. It gets to a low volume spot, but also the value area high line. It keeps on going to a low volume spot from this place after doing the visit here. And we are here. So likely where the price will go? Well, here first. The other possible stop is here if it gets there, okay? And the next possible stop due to liquidation levels and all that, it's just below this. Like here. I doubt that people will let this go here, but you never know. A black swan could happen, and then maybe we're talking about something else below. But okay, no, that's crazy. So thinking about that, that's how the market behaves, actually. It's not that one guy wants the price to go up or down. It's that the market needs to balance itself and go for that spot where his risk reward is 1 and not 2 or 3 or whatever. When the risk reward ratio for the market changes is when the price moves hard, actually. So for that, 90% or 92% of the time, a market is not trending and it's going sideways, and the other time is trending. So I hope that helped you. I mean, that's a good thing to think about every time you're trading something, because I'm sure many of you open a trade. I'm not talking about low caps or whatever. I'm talking about trading, not sit coining or anything like that. When you trade, I'm sorry. Many of you opened a trade. The trade was going well. It kept on going up your P&L, right? But you end up round tripping the P&L and closing on break even, right? I'm sure it happened to all of you if you trade. So I prefer uh, to know where to stop myself. Like, when you start flexing a profit, maybe it's time for you to take profit. When you have a profit that it's above 2x, oh man, just take half of it. Take your take your thing back, and then you could keep going. Because probably when you see this, well, you will come back down sooner or later. And this is what's been happening. Well, unless you got in here, you're safe. But sooner or later, maybe you're not. And that will create a cascade below this spot. People that didn't take profit from this long spot, they will create a cascade here. So that's crazy, actually.
Okay, so does anyone? Let me go look at the chat. I want people to be asking questions. Who has anything to say or anything to? You guys have any questions? Move my stuff around. Okay.
So hello, I have a
Check.
question about the bot here. So if for example you wanted to, let's say, give it to someone else to use, obviously maybe the person pays for it. Now, is there like a specific amount you're meant to like use with it? Can you use like $100 account to like use the bot on, or it has to be like a good amount of dollars to be able to use the bot?
You mean giving my bots to someone?
Mm-hmm. If someone wants to get it, like to buy it from you.
No.
Oh,
That won't
okay.
happen. I had a pretty crazy offer. No, that won't happen ever. So, I mean, I'm even afraid when I searched at the beginning. Well, not at the beginning, the other day as well. I even searched trades, when with the opening time and closing time, and all the details. But I'm a bit paranoid about it because I feel like I can get, when many people know that something works and how it works, it stops working.
Yeah,
And this
true.
has been working with me for a long time, and I don't want it to stop working.
That's true. I
Yeah,
love that.
yeah.
Your honeypot.
So
So then, also I want to ask a question. Sorry to cut you short there. Is it so? Does it only trade on one pair? Let's say BTC pair, or it trades on different pairs?
at this moment, it trades only Bitcoin because I wanted it to start this. But well, we have a name for the bot here. It's Maya, But I said on the group many times that besides Maya, we have Misty and Lara and Rune and many other names for different bots that, well, let's say that they do the same. They could have different settings in terms of risk reward, but
Mm,
what the fuck is this? Just it pinged something. Okay. So it's not only like it's trading this. I could, instead of trading Bitcoin, I could just say, okay, let's trade whatever, oil, or let's the oil. And well, this trade is pretty good because at the same time it crossed this, and it's like a big sword for you.
wow. So then,
Yeah.
is there like a specific amount of trades you can take, or let's say you've programmed it like, okay, at this certain amount is going to take profit, and that you're done for the day, or does it like continuously keep on trading two four
No.
seven?
It's gone forever. I could. I said this to other guy the other day. I could die right now, and I have to document for my wife in order to to know what to do and who is the guy she needs to talk to in order to keep the project going and everything going. Yeah.
Okay,
So
cool.
the bot keeps on going on all the time. I don't need to turn it off because, as I said before, these blank spaces, these steps is what makes me avoid time trading, right? Personally,
Yeah.
but as
Yeah.
well, this step makes the bot forget about everything that's happening here, unless it's on a trade. If it's on a trade, it writes the trade based on the parameters it has, and when the line starts again, it's done. Trade is off, and let's find another one, another step up or step down situation.
Oh, that's nice. So I wasn't actually here at the beginning, so I don't know if the question has been asked here. So if, for example, now I want to like benefit from this amazing Mia, so I will have to like get buy Revhub, isn't it? So is there like a specific percent you're meant to have for you to like get revenue shares from the bot?
Oh yeah. We've been thinking about that for a long time, and we decided that the minimum amount to be held in order for you to be eligible to claim rewards, right, has to be 0.25% or, well, 2.5 million tokens. What happens? What happens with the people below that spot? Okay, we have plans for that as well, because there will be a moment not really far away from now that we could give money to all the holders at the end of the day. Maybe the lower holder, a guy holding, let's say, 1 million tokens, maybe that guy won't get a lot of money, but he will get some, you know. And the more time it passes, the more money the bot has, and more time passes, another bot has money too. So more money to holders, and yeah,
So
that's
you're
it.
saying at the moment, it's not everyone that's having like the revenue share of the bot. So
Oh
it's
no,
just
we are not. We don't even have the claiming rewards situation. We didn't start it yet because, well,
oh
one of the things that happened to me, it's people from the community, when they realized the profits the bot was making, they were like, okay, so if you do the maths, unless it gets to $100,000, the amount of revenue share you will get if you are holding 0.25% of tokens is really low. I mean, let's be real, right? If you have a lot of holders and a lot of people above 0.25%, the amount of money, it's not going to be a lot. So people from community kept posting me like, we don't start rev share till it gets to a certain good amount of money. And it was like, okay, yes, you want. I don't really mind. I mean, I want everyone to have something, and not, okay, yeah, I'm holding this token and I'm having this whole month $5. I don't want that. I don't want that. So I want something bigger for everyone. So
that's
that's
cool.
what we want. We are
That's
building. So
that,
we are building the server side situation for security reasons
yeah.
and rewards claim and all that. We are building it. We have a node synchronized with ETH and a lot of things on the back end that they are a team of engineers I had to hire. Uh, they're working on it, and yeah, they're
So
working pretty well.
so do you have like an exchange, or what exchange you use to trade your trades?
I'm not going to tell you the things I'm using to trade, because as I said to Borja once, well, he was asking me a few things till I said to him, I can't trade on Bybit, for instance, and I can't trade on Binance, just for instance. So no, I'm not saying where I trade. I'm not saying where I trade. I'm not showing the
Oh, you
profile.
only got one option then, man. Max C.
Hmm?
Then you only got like one option.
No.
Max C.
You have plenty more. You have a lot more. So yeah, I have double signature for some wallets. I have a double backup for the trading bot as well, so I can't get rogue, and the other guy can't get rogue too, because that's stupid. We have like a few safes in order to avoid any weird situation, because being honest, in 2 months from now, the amount of money the bot will be moving is a lot.
Okay, so it's safe to say that you are pretty safe from what's it called? SE is it SEC or what's it called? SEC or I don't get. So that means you won't have this regulation of a thing, because eventually, if this gets big, then you start seeing regulators coming. Oh, you're actually doing this. What's this? Blah 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 and all that stuff. So you actually
Well,
safe from regulation. Yeah. So it's true. It's good to. No, yeah, honestly, because it happens, then they'll start bringing,
I
oh,
know,
this is
it happens.
security.
I know it
Yeah.
happens.
So
Market manipulation and a lot of things. One of the things that were weird, and my wife was worried about is, well, that if you make something trade money that it's not yours, that's a problem for the regulator. And I said, yeah, that's true, but there's a big but here. There is no problem, because I'm not trading your money. Well, that's the bot trading, but it's not your money. It's not my money. It's the project money, and it's the project's bot. You know what I mean?
yeah, okay.
So no one can say anything about this. And if, imagine, in 5 years from now, they have to say something, oh, I won't care at all. We are going to be, I'm sorry, but we are going to be so big that won't matter at all. So, yeah.
So my question about that, have you actually looked into the legalities of it? For example, yeah, project's money, but even like what's a project? Because there's not much regulation in crypto, and technically everything is either illegal or illegal, right? Like basically, like even collecting funds from launching a token and collecting private sale or pre-sale, and as you could say, that's all illegal also. Like you need licenses for everything. If anything involves crypto or money moving around, like you're gonna need a license, blah blah blah. So have you actually looked into what loopholes you could go, if there are any that are needed, or like what's legal, even as a project, not even trading other people's money, because we all know that's obviously not allowed, especially by SEC. But what about what you're saying as a project itself? Is that according to your knowledge, at least, is that allowed? Is that legal?
Okay, first of all, I'm not from the States, so I don't care about that regulator. They could say whatever, and that won't affect me personally. And I'm the creator of the project, so that's first of all. Besides that, everything I'm doing, you said it's not regulated. Yeah, cool. When they try to regulate something, I'm from Spain, by the way. Maybe you realized I'm from Spain. But what I don't do is the OTC situation. So as long as I don't do an OTC, everything is cool. That's the only thing that could be a bit weird with them. But as I said, I could even go against that law and nothing would happen to me, because I'm not from the States. They can't say anything to me.
Yeah, by the euro, the European Union.
They don't even know how to put the taxes here. I'm serious about that. They don't even know how to, or if you have to pay for something or not. They just ask you to declare and to say whatever, but they don't know, because you have to declare if you bought Bitcoin on 32 and it went to 55 and you have this net profit. They they ask you to, okay, you have to tell us the net profit you had. It's called in Spain ganancias patrimoniales. Well, but it's so funny because if instead of buying a spot, you make a trade on futures, you are not buying anything, right? You are doing something different. And when they decide, I don't know when, they say that the next year or maybe the next one, they will try to regulate something, blah, blah, blah. At that point, that's going to be interesting to manage everything. But everything I'm doing, it's legal. So I'm pretty safe about that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the same kind of issue I have, where I really had issue even figuring out how to do the taxes, because if the government doesn't know how to do the taxes or does no clear guidelines, like how are you supposed to do it, right? Like if they can't even tell you like how to do it, then it's you could do it in 100 different ways, and they could be all 100 wrong ways or 100 right ways, but like who knows, right? That's kind of
yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like, oh, you have to tell us all this, and I have friends that they what they do, it's they print like all the logs from whatever exchange, they print all the logs. I'm telling you, thousands of pages, okay, thousands. And what they do, it's with all that, they put one blank page between the first page and the third. They put one blank and empty pages all inside. So instead of having, imagine, 5,000 pages, you end up having 12 or whatever number, and they go to the taxes thing, and they give that, and it's like, okay, check everything if you want. That's what you can do. Check everything. They will need months or a year to check everything.
Oh yeah, I kind of did a similar thing when I was doing taxes too. I printed out like, especially my stocks. I think I had like 600 pages in my one of my trading accounts stock, because I was doing second charts, 15-second charts. I had like hundreds of trades per day, right? So like I just put it in a PDF, and it's like, if you want to know all the maths, here you go. Yeah, but then you just like summarize it, net profit, net loss, net gross, whatever, all that stuff, like how much fees. And if they want to check, they feel free, right?
Yeah, feel free. Check everything. You want to check it. Okay, I'm going to let you guys check a bit the algorithm in 1 second. It's okay. This, take it with a grain of salt a bit, that you will see some behavior with the lines. You see it's like 1 second chart. Okay, anything could happen, Bad use of the behavior of the line, actually.
So does anyone have any questions, guys? Like anything you want to ask, like about trading or just whatever you feel about Algo?
I just wanted to say that in Poland, when they were introducing the taxes about for cryptocurrencies, they applied the taxes to every transaction. So it wasn't from the profits, but from every transaction. So the people basically, that's why we don't have a broker in Poland, because they had to migrate outside of Poland because they would bankrupt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to change it, because they think they are thinking, it's from every transaction, but people would have to pay more money. They had money basically, right? Just
Why?
For transactions, because they made many transactions, like you, for example, right? They were making many transactions, but the taxes were not from profit. They were applied to any transaction.
Yeah, so wouldn't you just subtract the transactions where you lost?
No, but that was the point. They weren't interested in that. They applied it to transactions. So basically, every transaction was applied a tax. Doesn't matter if you're making money or not. So that's why they had to escape from Poland.
That's stupid.
And
That's
then later they
that's
started.
called communism.
Yeah, exactly. Later they started to change it right now, but they are not coming back. The Polish broker is not coming back to Poland because they know they are fucking idiots in Polish government, and they don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, that's so stupid, actually. Yeah, that's
It's kind of like if you have a business and you have to pay taxes and everything your business like buys or every single thing you do, like every let's say it's like house painting business, right? Okay, I'm gonna charge you taxes on the gross, like $5,000 on your gross, even though maybe you make $300 profit because you have to pay the guys, right? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah. But this is happening. The whole system right now. It's I'm sorry, but the whole system is fucked up. So yeah, they need to do stupid things as well.
But that is what happens when they hire like uncles, aunts, nephews instead of actual specialists in their.
And that happens too there. It's not only in the country. Okay, cool. Okay, I feel you.
Yeah, because we have, year by year we have more people doing everything that's from government, like more paperwork. Like no one needs them, so why they hire more, right? And they still cannot do properly work, so they are not hiring people that actually like know their stuff. So the answer has to be they hire their families, right?
Yeah, that's so cool, Oh man, we live in a fucked up world. I'm telling you. No, I'm serious. I'm really pissed.
Yeah.
Hey, I actually have a question, one more question, and I think we could go wrap it up unless there's more community questions. So the most important thing is concerning the Revhub and the Rev share. So every wallet, no matter how big it is, right? If it's over 2.5 million, it's gonna get Rev share, right?
Every wallet above 2.5 million till 20 million tokens. Yes, because we have a max wallet set. You only can own one wallet 2% of the supply. All of them will get rev share between those limits.
And all these wallets, so a lot of times what happens with rev share or like taxes or even just taxes and reflections is devs would have a lot of wallets themselves, so they would have a lot of tokens and they would take a majority. Like literally the AMA that we were supposed to have today that was canceled, one of the things I heard that people didn't like is like that the devs were going to get like 60% of all the rev share or something like that, no matter what, because they had so many tokens. So in this case, like you were there at set launch, right? So you don't really have like huge wallets or multiple wallets or many wallets.
Thanks for bringing this up. I forgot to say at the beginning. What we did, for making a fair launch. First of all, I got friends, like real friends, mad at me because I didn't tell them anything. Like I'm going to launch this time. I put a launch window public for everybody. And from this time to this time, I'm going to launch, but I'm not going to say anything else, right? It was a window of 5 hours. I don't know, 5-6 hours, and well, I put high taxes at the beginning at launch. I put high taxes, and I set a max wallet limit of 0.3%. So in that case, if someone is using a sniper like Maestro, you could only get 3 wallets owning 3 million tokens each, right? But because I'm setting high taxes, you won't even get that. What happened? Okay, the launch happened, and I let the taxes a bit high during some time, and the launch was okay. I'm going to give me a second. Let's say 1 minute chart or whatever. I'm going to swap a bit. Give me a second to do this properly. Here, okay. I don't like to look at the project chart, but so you see what happened. Launch was here, and a lot of snipers got out here. Then, without marketing or anything, I wait a bit of time, and I end up increasing the max wallet size and removing those high taxes. Okay. And after some time, hours, and a few days, the same week we got to 1,000,000.1, almost 0.2 market cap, and I said without marketing or anything. And here we are. So many, or almost 99% of snipers or people like that are out already. And here we are. I don't know how long will we stay here. I even holding some buybacks, one, just in case. But also the wallet that has the buyback tokens and all that, that wallet is getting filled with tokens over time, and we are going to use those tokens to increase liquidity, and not to, we are not giving away tokens to anyone. We are not doing anything like that. And we believe if we have to pay for something, we're going to pay for ETH. At this very moment, we didn't pay anything to anyone in order to, to make any promotion or anything like that. So besides that, we have we set aside 10% of the supply, 10, and from that 10%, we decide, okay, when Revhub comes, that 10% will be split, 5% for the team allocation, which I will get 2, and everybody will know my wallet, will know, oh, that's my wallet, and all the team wallets will have ENS as well, so people will find them easy. The other 5% is going to be locked, and it's going to be used in case we have to build something or exchange or whatever. We have those tokens set aside. So from the whole supply, you have to know that 5% is not accountable for the Revhub. The other 5% is going to be accountable for Revhub, but for the team, me and other guys. And there is another 4 point something% on the buyback wallet that it's not accountable for Revhub, So at the end of the day, you have almost 10% that it's out of that math. You know what I mean? So everybody will get a bit more than that. Imagine the 0.25% guy will get a bit more than 0.25%, because in fact is holding a bit more of the share,
And you said that, like the team wallets, the 2% for yourself, you would still be getting the same rev share as the 0.25 guy, right? Because it doesn't matter what the wallet size is, they still get the same rev share.
No. What I did with this, I decided to, well, it was not only me, like if I was going to create this, okay, it's okay, I'm the owner or whatever, okay, it's fine. We should have a team allocation, yeah, sure. Tokens that are not for sale, that's first of all, but also we are going to have the rev share based proportionally on the tokens you have. Well, if you own 2%, you're going to get a bit more, well, not a bit more, more than the guy who owns 0.25%.
Okay.
That's for sure. That's proportional. I mean, if not, what's the benefit for the guy holding 2%? You know.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, the benefit could be that guys would just have multiple wallets. Like 0.25 times 5 wallets, or times 8 wallets instead of one 2% wallet.
Yeah, you can't avoid that from heaven. This is crypto. You can't avoid that, but we did our best to make this a good, fair stealth launch. And well, if you check the chart, it looks like a good, fair stealth launch, actually. And we had $250,000 volume the first day. I don't know where, but we have $250,000 volume. That was weird.
And that you had high taxes. What were the taxes at launch?
This time is UTC +2. Okay, so consider the launch was at 201. The taxes were high till this point. I believe it was this point or this point. Yeah, I mean by the time, Then I wait a bit and I renounced the contract.
What were the taxes? Like 10, 20%?
Yeah, more than a bit more than 20, or 20 for buy and 20 for sell. So we were able to. Well, first of all, I had certain parameters on the contract in order to make it safe, So you cannot set a big higher tax, because I had another parameter holding that tax in order to be able to renounce it and know that those taxes won't move ever. Because sometimes if you do it in a weird way, those taxes could move even though the contract is renounced, right? So doing it this way, I knew the contract was going to be safe when I was going to renounce it. So taxes were at 20%, buy and sell during this time. This window here, 20%. So we managed to put Maya with $10,000 this day.
So basically, the taxes mostly went to funding the
bot
account. Yeah. Okay. And what's the taxes now?
5.5.
And how are those allocated?
1%. Okay, 1% is going to be Revhub as well. Another 1% is buyback and liquidity pool thing, and 3% is going for funds to the bot.
Okay. And I know you're planning, like you said, your community was deciding to wait until the rev share starts, let's say, to have a bigger account. So can you give us maybe like an example of or what you're thinking, like to get to 100K or so, and how would that look like when rev share starts? For example, let's assume your bot makes about 10% a week, right? 10% a week on the 100K. What's the current? Is it currently roughly around there, like 10, 15, 20%? Like since you started running the bot, what was it like?
The math is a bit weird because I increased the balance a few times. So the ROI, it's weird. So at this very moment, the estimation for Maya to get to $100,000, I did the math considering this chart remains this way, like sheer volume, okay? And doing the math for that, it gives me by November, by 1 of November, between 1 and 5 of November, first week, it will have more than $65,000. That's the estimate. So it means that by the end of November, it will have almost or a bit more than $100,000. So I plan, what I want, considering this doesn't move and there's no volume, okay? If there's volume, yeah, more funds for Maya, so earlier. If not volume, let's say the first period for Revhub will start here. So we end up the year giving money to people. And from this place, we can just, I don't know, we can just keep on building and creating something that I believe will be amazing.
So your estimates, are they based on like a certain, what's the percentage of account growth like per week or per month that you would get to the 100K?
The growth will be from now on. The growth, considering 1 month, I estimate between 97 and 104%. So it will get to, by the end of the month, of this month, it will get to 60 something, maybe 70. So considering I don't feed her more, okay? Considering there's no volume, there's no more taxes moving, so there's no more money going to Maya without Maya trading by itself and compounding all the profits. So considering that, I think that a estimate growth of 2x monthly, actually. And from that moment, it's going to be funny.
Okay, so let's say the 100K is going to be made. So once you get to 100K, that's going to start the rev share, right? So assuming it'll double from, let's say, November to December, it doubles, so it makes 100,000 in profit. How much of that is going to go into rev share, and how much of that is going to be compounded into the bot to continue growing the account? Like, have you discussed like what percentage of it's going to be rev share?
Oh yeah, because we believe that 1% from the taxes will be for holders as well. That will be a good thing to increase the profits that we are going to give, because we are giving away 60% of bot profits, and we are reserving the other 40 for things like, okay, we set up a new bot, or we compound more profits to Maya. So instead of trading with $100,000, it's trading with 120, 140, or whatever number. And there will be a moment that instead of giving to Maya, it's okay, this amount is to give those funds to Misty. So that wallet that it's taking 3% of the taxes, that wallet will be used to feed more bots as well. And at the end of the day, well, yeah, actually the math I did, it gets crazy by, well, yeah, above 1 December, it starts to get a bit crazy. There are two scenarios where we set a new bot and where we just let Maya run a bit more, and we keep on feeding her.
Yeah, but how much rev share would you be like?
Yeah,
I'm speaking from 60%.
Yeah, 60% of the profits will be for.
Okay, so let's say you make 100K. Now, this is kind of what I wanted to math. So, assuming you make 100K per month, that which is only going to be the first month, right? Because if you make 100 or you double every month, let's say first month you start with 100K, then you make 100K, 60K is going to go to rev share. So this is, I'm doing the math, right? So assuming someone has 0.25% account,
I could tell you, do the numbers with 1%, because that will be the average.
Okay, 1%, and probably only 60-70% of the tokens will be eligible anyways, right? So if you have 1%, you will probably getting about. So if you have 1% of the tokens out of the 60K, roughly you're probably getting about $1,000. Is that kind of roughly?
Roughly, that will happen
$1,000 per month.
Time. Yeah, a bit more than that. And after that, it's funny because the way we set up everything is to. I know for a fact that every month it will be more. So yeah, that's quite a thing.
And also, do you have? I know, like once you have a big account, especially, I mean, you're doing it only in Bitcoin for now. It's hard to trade with well, you're doing it long term too. You're not doing like minute charts or anything. So you will probably won't have that issue right away. With liquidity or like stop hunting, all that stuff on the exchanges, and you could always trade more pairs and like split the risk up instead of trading like 1% or 0.5% per trade. You could do a lot less, but do multiple trades, right, on different pairs. So you could always do that. But eventually, like, you're gonna have an issue with withdrawing funds if it's a non KYC account, or with exchanges.
I won't
Exchanges,
have any
you're having more
problem
and more
if
issues.
the limit is well above the numbers will be withdrawn.
Okay, because I know right now all the exchanges I've been using, for example, Bybit, BitGet, they're all require KYC now, so I can't use them even if I wanted to, because I can't KYC because I'm in the US. So basically our options are running out, and more exchanges are like shutting down for either Europe or USA, whatever countries they don't allow. So you could always do a registration and have an account and overseas, or do whatever. So I think probably it's a good problem to have, right? If you're like, oh man, I don't know how to withdraw $1 million because they only allow me like 200K.
Yeah. Well, in my limits, in my account, my personal one, my limit is about 8 at this moment. I don't have any problem. So
Okay, but like also for
okay.
safety, you never know, they might like target you. Like all these exchanges are very shady.
Oh yeah, very
like
shady.
FTX, they all like trade against against the users. Like it's all coming out now with FTX that he's been a Ponzi since day one. Basically.
No, not a Ponzi, but worse than that. It was
worse than a Ponzi. Yeah, it was minimum of a Ponzi. Like they were using money that wasn't there since day one.
They were using your funds, well, my funds as well.
Yeah,
I applied the other day to claim them. They were using customer funds to do whatever they wanted. They were putting collateral to have more funds to keep doing bullshit with them. It's not a Ponzi. I wish it was,
Yeah, it's a lot worse than a Ponzi.
Yeah, it's
for
I
sure.
wish. Yeah, I wish it was a Ponzi, but it wasn't. So
okay, but anyways, to kind of wrap it up, to give you what we all discussed, if you want to boil it down to the simple thing as possible. So let's say you buy 1% of the supply right now. How much is that, by the way? If you buy 1% at the current price, what's the price?
Multiply 10 million.
How many zeros? That's 3 zeros?
Yeah,
0.00. 1, 2, 3, 5 times 10 million, right? 10. That's about $5,000.
Cool.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well yeah, that makes sense because the market cap's 100K,
Yeah.
of course. I don't have to do that math.
Yeah.
Okay, $5,000, and based on your estimation, if RevShare starts in November, by the end of November, like you say, you make 100K, you should be getting $1,000 from there. And then next month, if you are doubling every month, the next month that 1,000 is going to be 2,000, and then 4,000, 8,000. Of course, it's impossible to keep on doubling like that.
Not exactly, because
remember 60%. No,
yeah, but 60% is also going to be double, so it's always going to double that.
It's not going to double the amount you are going to get. It's going to grow the account by at least, let's say, or at max, let's say
40% per month, basically, right?
1.4 now.
But imagine, we call that back end or ecosystem development. Imagine I need to buy a rack of servers and I need $10,000. That money will go from the ecosystem development. That's the way to do it, right? And you will all know where's that money, how much it costs. You won't know details where the server is, but you will know. whatever money is spent. The thing is, I wanted this to be a decentralized investment fund, and any investment fund you see out there, they have reports about things they do. That's about transparency, right? Yeah, I'm not going to show you exactly how I make money. They don't do that. But yeah, I'm going to tell you everything we're doing because we believe that's the way. I've been, man, I've been through everything, and I've been through everything here and stocks and everything, and I feel like all of this is bullshit. You know, a lot of projects just go out for people to farm some taxes, and then just they get out, and they create another one, and they keep on doing the same, and nothing happens. Well, yeah, something happens. A lot of people losing money all the time. So we thought, okay, let's do this the right way. We tell the people what we're doing. It's not like I'm not like a god and you cannot talk to me. I'm on my Telegram all the fucking day, and you can talk to me anytime. You know that already, right? So it's not like I'm sorry you've been through some projects that you can't talk to the dev at all, right? Like you can't. Yeah, why, man? Why is that? Are you some kind of god, or I'm a human like you?
I mean, yeah, 99% of projects in this space are like obvious scams, and the 1% are not obvious scams, and the 0.00001% are not scams at all.
Yeah. I know. So we thought, okay, let's make I even made ENS for the backend wallet and the Revhub wallet, the Taxes wallets. I made ENS for those two because you don't even need to know the wallet address. You just need to know how to write Revhub backend.it, and you will see the wallet. That's so easy, right? I mean, that's stupid, but that's so easy, right? So yeah, we believe in transparency and all that, but we also believe in security. So that's how and why we do the things the way we do it.
All right, perfect.
I have a question.
Yeah.
By the way, I like this chart. It never went below the launch price, so it's.
Well, you can if it's a fair launch to start at like $500 or something, or 1 Ethereum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's.
But it's still better than Pinkcell, so.
Yeah. It's like our chart.
Yeah.
Like when I win.
So I have a question about this bot. For example, $5,000 is a lot of money for a lot of people. Like for example, in Poland, this is times, I think it's 4.5 more. So it's like a year of my work currently.
A year of your work? $5,000 in Poland? I don't know.
Yeah. Like a net income, because you have spending, you have to spend for other things too, right?
Yeah,
you have to eat, etc.
So your savings for a year, okay? Not
yeah.
Okay.
As of now, yeah. So what I'm asking is, will you have something like shared wallet to basically put the money directly in the bot instead of sharing revenue? Maybe like a second bot, but for directly inputting money.
I can't do that. I saw them and I can't. Well, wait, sorry. I saw them. I'm not doing it because I can do it. Yeah, of course I can.
I mean, it comes to the legal thing. Then you're using customer funds to trade.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I will.
But then he doesn't want to give his bot away either. So there's like,
Yeah. That's my point. Like, if you don't want to sell it, if you can like rent it, but rent without actually giving away the code, the source code.
There are ways. I think you could do it legally.
There are ways.
As if like you're not like involved. You just claim like, oh yeah, they're using your bot, but you're not involved. You could do something like that. But it's too many loopholes, and there's really no benefit for him to do that.
It's there's also one thing. we have. Well, I'm trying to finish. I'm a father. I have two daughters, and one of them has been sick for days already. And I was trying to finish a document, trying like a white paper, like a proper white paper or something like that, a roadmap, or trying to explain a bit of the things we have. We've been discussing, the team and I, because we have plans to give money to all the holders, to every holder, not only those holders, those above 0.25% of the supply. We thought about more, and I'm sure we will be able to give fair amount of money to everybody. That's what they believe, and that's my target, that's my goal, and I have a lot of goals with this project. So it's not like I want to let Maya to get to $100,000 and then keep on giving people that amount and that's it. No. I mean, this is the only project I made. I didn't make any more. I've been part of a community. I've been mod. I've been a lot of things. But oh man, what the fuck is this guy telling me? Yeah. Oh, you don't see that? Yeah, lucky for you. Okay. Yeah, spam. What I want when I created this, I want to create something that remains and that stays forever. Well, forever, while the market lasts. I don't know, man, till the World War III or whatever.
That's like tomorrow, bro.
Yeah, man. That's okay till World War IV, or something like that. So yeah, I wanted to create something. I didn't need to. I mean, I really didn't need to create this, but I wanted to. I wanted to build this. I wanted to create it. I wanted to take care of it, and I wanted to make something that matters. I don't know how to. Maybe it sounds like ridiculous somehow, but for me personally, it's important. So I just have that vision. I have that a lot of ideas to put in, but I need time to pass by. I mean, I can't do everything today. I can't. I just can't. I'm not going to pour money in, my money in like all the way out. Why? This is not the point. I mean, the point is to have a decentralized investment fund that ends up helping other projects, that ends up having funds in a lot of places, like any investment fund, actually. It's not like we are like this little project that we compound with this algorithm. No. I want more streams of income besides the algorithm. I want more than that. So, the possibilities are endless, actually. And I want that to happen as soon as possible, but, first, step by step. In order to reach your goal, you need to take one step at a time. If not, you're not going to reach it. So that's it, man.
All right, thank you. And you can wrap it up. I'm gonna go end the recording right now. By the way, thanks for coming. Thanks for I definitely learned something. I never used that one tool that the anchor. No,
fixed volume profile.
The fixed volume profile. I did the anchor VVAP, but yeah, the other one I haven't really used before. I'm not much into volume because I know like the way you trade. You look at the volume and what the liquidity is, all that stuff. I'm more like, I try to make my trading so simple to like where I'm actually making algos for it too, just like basic stuff. Where literally I'm like looking like at 3 lines in the chart, and like if it's meeting my criteria, then I'm buying. If it's not, you know what I mean? Because I'm doing stocks, so I'm looking like I'm literally refreshing my scanner every minute because I'm looking at 1 minute scanners.
It's funny though.
But yeah, so I do think, like, I've been thinking since 28K that everyone was like, "Oh, bullish, time to buy." Oh, it's all season coming up. I'm like, yeah, right. Bitcoin just pumped like 2-3K, and everyone's all of a sudden, thinking it's the next bull run. I'm like, yeah, it's
Oh
probably
yeah,
like.
yeah, sure.
I actually said that in multiple private groups. I'm like, it's funny how all the callers are like all hyped up just because Bitcoin pumped like 2,000. But yeah, I definitely think it's gonna go down. I think it's gonna go down before it hits 30K. Like I said myself, unless it hits 31K, 31, 32K, then I'm still like bearish.
Just
So
let me brag a bit here. Just let me brag a bit. Just a bit. Yay! I hate the Twitter thing here. Yay! Yeah, it's pretty funny. I missed the top by some minutes, by the way. I missed the top, by some time. Yay! It's cool. I have
is
to
that like
start getting more.
you could link your Twitter to
Yeah,
TradingView?
no, you can just insert the tweet.
Oh, the tweets. No,
You
oh, I
copy.
see.
Yeah, you see where I tweet that. Let's take the hourly. It's a bit. Yeah, I'm telling you, I missed it by a bit.
I don't even have that button.
Okay, so you need to text the notes here.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Text.
It's
Okay,
funny
yeah.
though. I mean, it's really funny because I tweet stupid things, but also I'm starting to tweet things in a cryptid way.
All right. So, by the way, like, honestly, yeah, we had a great conversation, and I actually got an idea. I want to have a homework assignment for you guys, and I'll talk about this after the recording is over.
I have
So,
a question.
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Like, why do you have a nickname Ponzita?
I'm surprised you just asked just now.
Yeah.
No, I was waiting.
Look at the handle on Twitter. Ponzi trades. I don't know. It was funny for me to say Ponzita. I'm really wondering why you didn't ask me. Why you have the Kabbalah tree here? Because that's my profile picture, by the way. So
Yeah, I know.
it's a
Yeah,
funny
I
name.
saw it.
It's a funny name. Actually, I like it. I don't know. Because everything, the first thing I told this guy when we talked, it's like everything is a Ponzi. Because everything is a fucking Ponzi, It's not like this token or this Bitcoin or everything. Everything, because this shouldn't exist at all. But it exists.
Honestly, it's not a Ponzi. Well, what you described, if it actually works, it's not a Ponzi.
Yeah, but it's a Ponzi because at the end of the day, you're speculating the price of an asset based on the willing of people to buy it or sell it.
Yeah, but if you're trading using a bot and it has constant profits, and then you get rev share, I mean, that's real rev share. That's not like Ponzi, Bernie Madoff rev share, where they're like, "Oh, fake money, I'm paying you rev share from other people's investments."
Yeah, but I explained to you at the beginning. Yeah, but what I meant, it's that for me, the stock market by itself, the whole stock market is a big Ponzi. It shouldn't exist the way it exists right now. But here it is, and we have to take care of it, and we have to take advantage of it.
Yeah, I think when I was explaining how I also basically think everything is a Ponzi, I'm a conspiracy theorist somehow. but when you think about it, like taxes, many people putting money to one government, right? Like when you think about things like many people into one, putting money into one, everything can be subscribed to a Ponzi. Like Lidl can be a Ponzi, right?
Yeah, the social security stuff, and in Europe and in Spain, that's a Ponzi as well, because they are paying people with people money, right?
Yeah, the Social
And
Security in the U.S. Like
yeah,
they don't have enough right now to like.
yeah.
They're basically
So,
paying them what like people that are retired now. What they're paying them with our money, my money that I'm getting taxed from Social Security that I won't see for another 30 years.
that's so funny though. That's how you know that the world is fucked up, and it is. So yeah, it is.
All right, guys, let's wrap it up. I want to do the quick, not the giveaway, but the homework assignment, which is kind of related a little bit to what we talked about. So you guys kind of think I want you guys to do some math. And thanks for coming, Ponzita, and
Oh,
definitely
thank
see you
thank you.
around. And we'll definitely be up over there in your group. So everyone visit Revhub, check him out. Like I said, if you buy roughly as of now, you buy $5,000 worth of tokens. You don't have to, right? Minimums is
2.5
Quarter.
0.25%, so it's about 1.25 million. I mean 1.25 thousand, something like that, to get rev share. And like if you get 1,000, the next month you get 1.4 thousand, and then 1.8 thousand, 2.2. You could really make that 500. And if it does happen, the token itself obviously will be going up because everyone else will see that too. So you can make
Yeah,
a couple X's,
yeah.
in
This
the
is a
short
long
term.
term thing. Yeah, this is a long term thing. For me, it's not a quick flip. I don't believe in that. I hate that actually. So what I want is a long project that stays, remains, and keeps on growing over time. That's what I wanted, and that's what we're doing. That's the main reason I'm here today too. Because I don't. Yeah, if I have to talk about this, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. I really like to talk about the market too. So
Yeah, you could definitely do more of these type chats. And I actually had one before where we would do like every Friday. We only did it like a couple times though. Like where we would have like a couple projects, like it was all free, 5-10 minutes, like a Shark Tank type thing, where different projects would talk about, like a short little mini AMA, like, and then we would have like a competition and stuff. So I'm thinking maybe bringing that back for the community because it's been kind of slow. Like there's nothing really to invest in. Like, and I don't even care about really finding because it's like waste of time for me. Like, like same as you. Like, why waste my time if I could just be trading or doing something else, right? So the market's been kind of shit, and everyone that's still trying to promote or trying to invest, they're all just faking it. It's really not that great. It's all like pump and dumps that lasts maybe one day max. So there's not many good projects. So doing some kind of community thing to keep the community engaged, like a learning type of thing, like some learning experience or just a fireside chat, I think it'll be good to have that. So once again, thanks for coming. I'm gonna close the recording right now,
yeah.
but stay around.